Blessings and namaste to you. This will be my third video about my experience of CDL school. Where we last left off at was talking about competition and what I had observed. Now, my life has changed dramatically compared to where I was. Now I've learned so much about spirituality and peace and meditation and the stillness and calmness of oneness. So I live in this energy all the time with the way I eat, the way I meet people, the way I treat myself. Well, it all starts from the way I treat myself and it relates from there. So I'm not the one to say who's right and who's wrong for anything because I work on myself every day as a process. But I will say this. My observations of competition, I can fairly assess that because I lived in competition. I lived in fitness. And fitness, it produces competition at a high level. And once spirituality was entered my life, I started realizing that I didn't need competition any longer. And I started seeing things different. So there's many people that are going through spiritual enlightenment or spiritual essence or some type of spiritual elevation, and they're having different experiences. I'm just here to share mine and what I have observed and what the information that I received from it. Now, in school, I recognized that there was competition. Now, in recognizing competition, I recognize that that is a low vibration because this is what I have learned in spirituality. And from spirituality, low vibration, it is what it is. And there's many elements of low vibration. And the next element I will talk about will become ego. There's two forms of ego. I'm only going to talk about the low vibration form of ego at this present moment. And what happens with competition, because there has to be someone beneath you. There has to be someone that's above you. So each one of those is a life of pressure that's being placed upon you. I'm trying to make sure I choose my words very carefully so people can understand and I don't sound like I'm some guru, because I'm not a guru. I'm just a human being having an experience, and I'm trying to share with others so maybe they can take some notes and information from this as well. And I want to give a great shout out to every individual that has put videos out about trucking, put videos out about spirituality, because there's so much you can learn from other people's experiences. And many more people need to do this, and we need to share our experiences with one another, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And speaking of those three, I believe that those three coexist with actually learning process. There are three types of learning. There's a mental, there's a physical, and there's a visual. We all have different levels of that. And as I was watching these individuals compete, now remember, I only had about 12 days to do this class. It was a fast class. And now I'm not here to say that, it can't be done, because it's obvious it's being done. People are graduating. I'm here to say that this is my experience and what I've learned, because I had no experience, and everything that I encountered is what I was witnessing. So I was picking up all of these different vibrations of, ego based upon competition, because one man was saying one thing, another man was saying another thing, and I was the middle guy. Now, I just want to pick a direction. I just want someone to teach so I can receive and be the best truck driver or CDL holder or professional driver that I can be from the experiences that I'm learning. So there was a lot of times when I left from school, I had to come home and meditate because there was so much confusion that I was picking up. And with the confusion that I was picking up, it was affecting my energy, and I didn't realize it was affecting my energy. Because when we were learning to drive these semis, I signed up for automatic. Yes, I understand, that when you sign up for automatic, you put a restriction on your license. I'm okay with that. Not everything is for my life, and I understand that. I'm perfectly fine with being in one automatic truck for the rest of my duration of CDL. Now, we were testing in manuals. I had never driven a manual truck in my life, so I didn't understand the principle of the clutch and the radius of turning of the trailer. It was a lot of things I didn't know. Okay. And I learned a lot of things going back and forth on the range with it. But there was a lot of different things about the truck that I didn't know, that you have a long cab, you have a short cab, because we were testing day cabs, we were testing working with day cabs, working with sleepers. And there was all these different, frames of these cabs. And I quite didn't understand. Some drove faster, some drove slower. And it was all based upon the clutch, the release of the clutch. So we were switching multiples of trucks constantly, getting a different experience of this. Well, I signed up for automatic. And then when we would drive on the road, we were driving automatic. But we never had any backing experience in automatic. Well, the previous videos and the previous research that I would watch was based upon automatic. And a lot of companies were saying that you want to drive the same vehicle and practice in the same vehicle that your career is going to be in. It will help you a lot. Well, I found out that to be very true. So if you're watching this video, you can get an understanding. When in choosing a CDL school, you want to make sure that if you signed up for automatic, everything you do is learning about that automatic, getting familiar with it. Because this is the same aspect of understanding spirituality. When you go into something that's unknown, that puts a little bit of hesitation to you. That's what it happened to myself. Getting into spirituality, it put a little bit of hesitation upon my whole life. I felt like I was called to push out more love and more positive energy, more favorable ways of life. And I didn't realize that I wasn't doing that. And then I found out that I was. I realized that I was a very low vibration individual by the way I was living my life. And it caused for me to change a lot. The way I communicated, the way I receive other people, from not just using low vibration words, cussing, and it caused me to take a big look in the mirror at myself. And so every time I would drive a vehicle or do something on the range, is what they called it, I was trying to understand all these different multiple energies of these trucks. I was trying to get familiar with so many different trucks, and there had to have been about 7 or 8 of them. Now remember, if you keep this in mind, with 7, 8 different experiences, and they were all manual, and only one, maybe 2, it was only 2 automatics, well, 2 that I knew of. And I would drive these all forward, and all my other backing was straight line back, offset, parallel, and 90 degree, conventional parallel also. It was different. It was a difference in everything that I had experienced. Not to say that your experience may be like myself, but I'm a visual learner, I'm a mental learner, and I'm also a physical learner. So I'm all three. And I didn't realize I was all three. But now I'm realizing that which one I am more of. I am more of a mental learner. I like to read. Well, my time is up. I'm at 10 minutes and some change here. And I will continue this conversation on my next video. So as I say to you today, subscribe if you really are interested in learning more about my journey. Leave a comment, like or dislike. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Well, blessings to you and your family. And I wish nothing but nothing but wealth and health for you. And I'll see you on my next video. Thank you.